Dear friends, welcome to Learning About. In this video, I've come up with a great news. So, Staff Selection Commission in this year 2023, they are planning to recruit more than 30,000 candidates. Okay, so they have announced their latest annual calendar and examination calendar for the year 2023. Though they are calling it tentative calendar and all that, as far as SSC is concerned, most often, or almost in all cases, the release of notification and the conduct of tier 1 examination, they go as per schedule. Of course, the final result declaration and all that, there are some delays, but the release of notification and the tier 1 exam holding of tier 1 examination, they almost always do that on schedule. Okay, now if you look at these, before I go for the schedule and all that, if you look at these examinations, most of these examinations have 4 sections. Okay, that is the general English, general awareness, and then general intelligence and reasoning, and then quantitative aptitude. Okay, now almost all these exams have this, right? And maybe some exams, for example, staff selection, JE, okay, junior engineer examination, they don't have quantitative aptitude. Instead of that, they have the technical section. Okay, right. But most of these exams have these sections. Okay, now in our channel Learning About, we have videos related to general awareness, general intelligence and reasoning, and quantitative aptitude, both in English as well as Tamil. And as far as this general English is concerned, we have a practice platform where we have uploaded questions, not just for English, for awareness, general awareness, and other sections also we have uploaded. Okay, so all the preparatory resources and suggested book list and all that I have put under a single link. Okay, that link is given in the description below. You can make use of it. Okay, this is regarding the preparation and the general content in the tier 1 examination. All right, now let's go to month wise, what they have scheduled. So in the month of January 2023, they have they'll be notifying the MTS and Havaldar CBIC and CBN examination 2022. Now CBIC stands for Central Board of Indirect Tax and Custom, and CBN is Central Board of Narcotics. Okay, so the initial process, at least, okay, that is the tier 1 at least is common, okay, for these two recruitments. And then of course for Havaldar you have this a physical efficiency test and all that, right? Now the salary for this is around this is under pay level 1, and the salary, the take home salary would be around 22,000 in the beginning. Okay, at the entry level itself, depending upon the town or city where you are posted. Okay, it may vary. Okay, and as far as MTS is concerned, so as you know, so the Staff Selection Commission, it is recruiting people for, it is recruiting candidates for central government ministries and departments and all that. So these MTS multitasking non-technical staff will be posted in any of the central government offices, departments and ministries, right? So salary is 22,000, and as well as educational qualification for this examination is 10th pass. Okay, so matriculation pass, 10th pass is enough for this. Now they have not given any vacancies as of now, but if you look at last time how many people they hired for the Havaldar, so they hired about 3,600. They have about 3,600 vacancies last time, and for MTS they had about 3,800 vacancies. Okay, right? And so as far as this examination is concerned, for MTS they have tier 1, as I said before, we have the English, reasoning, general awareness, and numerical ability and all that. And in tier 2 they have descriptive, where you have to write an essay or a short essay or letter writing and all that. Okay, so this is the general selection procedure for the Staff Selection Commission MTS. Okay, so now this is scheduled in January 2023. Right, the notification date is 17th of Jan, and the last date to register is 17th of February. Okay, and the tentative exam dates April 2023 is the tentative date. Okay, now in February they'll be notifying selection post examination phase 11. Okay, now what is the selection post? Okay, because see, typically you have SSC CHSL, which was recent, it was notified in December 2022. You have CHSL, you have CGL, you have MTS and all that. Then what is the selection post? Okay, see, now this selection post, okay, now this is phase 11. Okay, now they require, now these posts, they require a special educational qualification. Okay, so maybe a specialization in horticulture, something like that. Okay, so or like a particular post requires a specialization in chemical engineering or something like that. Okay, so you need a special educational qualification maybe, or you need a special qualification with experience. Okay, so for example, some handling of some assistant in some laboratory and all that, some research laboratory and all that, so that may require some kind of an experience. Okay, so now these posts, okay, they need either a special educational qualification or a special qualification with experience. Okay, so now these will be notified separately. Now the basic educational qualification here might be 10th, might be 12th, maybe like diploma, or sometimes in some cases it could be like graduates also, very rarely PG, but mostly like it can be under any of these categories, plus an experience or a diploma in some specific, like specialization, or a graduate from a particular a degree in specialization and so on. Okay, and the last time if you see in 2021 for example, there were 3000, that is in phase 9 there were 3000 vacancies. Okay, and in phase 10 if you see, there are about like 2200 vacancies as far as the selection post is concerned. And the pay level, it can be like from any level. Okay, so from pay level 1 to pay level 8 it can be, or pay level 7 probably, it can be in any pay level. Okay, so they are going to notify this in the month of February, 24th of February they will be notifying this. And the last day to register will be 17th of March, and the tentative exam date is May or June 2023. Now this is in February. Okay, then in April, very importantly, they are going to notify combined graduate level examination. So as you know, now the basic qualification for this is graduate, except in some cases where they may ask, like specifically someone like maybe from the law background, or someone from like a statistical background and all that, but otherwise like any graduate is eligible for this. Okay, now this comes under different pay levels. Okay, it can be pay level 5, which the take home would be about 45,000, like, or it can be like pay level 6, the take home would be around 55k, and it can be pay level 6 where 7 where the take home could be around 65,000, or pay level 8 where the take home would be about 75,000 at the entry level. Okay, so so the posts here, okay, so they include like junior statistical officer. Okay, so where you might have be from the statistical background. It can include assistant audit officer, assistant accounts officer, assistant section officer, inspector of income tax. Okay, so sub inspector in CBI, sub inspector in NIA, that is National Investigation Agency, inspector of post, inspector of narcotics. Okay, so auditor, tax assistant, so many posts. Okay, so if you look at last time, like at least if you look at the current SSC official page for the like the last CGL notification, they have notified about 7,600 vacancies. Okay, so they have notified about 7,600 vacancies last. Now if you look at the selection process, you have a tier. Now recently there are some changes. Okay, so tier 2, earlier it used to be like mostly like quantitative aptitude and all that, but now you also have reasoning. It's more like tier 1, but like at a higher level. Okay, so tier 1 you have computer based examination, tier 2 also is computer based examination, but you have tier 3 where it is descriptive paper, right? And then you also have the tier 4, okay, wherein you might have like either computer proficiency test or data entry skill test and all that. Okay, so these are like different levels as far as the combined like a graduate level examination is concerned. Okay, so when this is going to be notified, this will be notified on the 1st of April, and the last day to register would be 1st of May, and the tentative exam dates, like it can be like June or July, probably July 2023. Okay, now this is about the CGL 2023. Now in May they'll be notifying the CHSL. Okay, just recently they have notified CHSL, but in May again they'll be notifying CHSL, where the notification that is CHSL 2022 was recently notified. Now 2023 will be the notification date is 9th of May, and the last date to register is 8th of June 2023, and the exam date July or August 2023. Now for CGL, I'm sorry, for CHSL, 12th pass is the qualification. That's the qualification required. Okay, so minimum is like 12th pass. And if you look at the pay, either you have like pay level 2 where you have about 30,000 per month like take home, or you have like pay level 4 where it can be like 40,000 per month like take home. Now as far as CHSL is concerned, the post could include the lower division clerk. Okay, so that is LDC. It can be like junior secretariat assistant or postal assistant, sorting assistant. Okay, it can be data entry operator or data entry operator grade A, and so on, and all that. Okay, and so typically for all these posts, okay, except in some cases it is 30 years, in some cases it is 32 years, which is very rare, but in most cases the age limit is like 27 years, right? Okay, so as far as CHSL is concerned, now the latest in the last notification, if you see, there were about 4,000 or almost 4,800 vacancies. Okay, so there were about 4,800 vacancies in the last notification. So in tier 1 you have computer based examination, in tier 2 you have a descriptive paper. Okay, so tier 2 is descriptive, tier 1 is computer based examination, tier 2 is descriptive, and tier 3 you have the skill test. Okay, skill test or the typing test you have in the tier 3. Okay, now this is about the CHSL examination that will be notified in the month of May. Then in June again they will be notifying the multitasking, okay, and Havaldar, that will be 2023. Okay, so this will be like in Jan what they are going to notify is 2022, but in June they will be notifying the 2023. Okay, now the notification date, I have given the basic qualification and outline and all that. The notification date would be like 14th of June, and the last date to register will be 14th of July, and August or September the exam could be held. Okay, and in July they will be notifying the sub-inspector in Delhi Police and Central Armed Police Forces examination 2023. Now for this, any graduate can apply. Now if you look at last time, sub-inspector in Delhi Police, there were about 340 vacancies, but as far as the Central Armed Police Forces are concerned, there were about 4,000 vacancies. Okay, so both all men and women including, all total in 4,000 here and 340 here. Okay, and this is like pay level 6. Okay, so when you say pay level 6, the initial take home itself will be around 55,000 or even more. So of course for for this you definitely have the physical efficiency test and all that. Okay, so that is very important. And of course the tier 1 would be computer level computer examination with all typical reasoning and English and all that. Okay, so typical SSC exam, you have paper 1 and then you have paper 2, right? So paper 2 I think it's MCQ, mostly like English and all that, but very importantly you have the physical efficiency test and all that. Now this is in July 2023. They'll be notifying on the 20th of July, and last date to register would be 13th of August, and the tentative exam date is October 2023. Now in July they'll also be notifying the Staff Selection Commission Junior Engineer examination. Okay, wherein diploma holders or engineers from the specialization or branches of civil, mechanical and electrical can apply for this. Okay, so for this in this examination they don't have the quantitative aptitude, they just have the technical is there definitely. Apart from that you have the reasoning, verbal and general awareness. Okay, and as far as JE is concerned, so they are recruiting junior engineers for different departments like Central PWD, Central Water Commission, okay, Faraka Barrage Project, Border Roads Organization, Military Engineering Services, okay, and many more departments and services they are hiring. And so this comes under pay level 6. So the take home itself would be around 55. In the initial take home itself will be around 55,000 right. Now this exam would be notified on 20th of July, and the last date to register will be 16th of August, and the tentative exam date is October 2023. Okay, so July. And in August 2023, stenographer grade C and D examination will be notified. And as far as this exam is concerned, 12th pass is the qualification, okay. And so this comes under grade C and grade D. 12th pass is the qualification. And of course, very importantly, apart from the general awareness and English and the general intelligence, okay, very importantly, skill test in stenography is a very important qualification here, okay. So that's a very important thing to pass. So they have a set of conditions and ranges, for the parameters for the candidates to qualify, okay. So that is so that will be notified in August, okay. So notification date is 2nd of August and last date to register is 23rd of August, and tentative exam it can be in October or November 2023, okay. And in August they'll also be notifying junior Hindi translator, junior translator, and senior Hindi translator, okay. And so for this, if you see level 6 or level 6 and level 7, okay, so that is 55,000 or 65,000 could be the salary. Now for this, you should have completed PG either in English or Hindi, or there are it can be other languages of specialization as well. But so there are some conditions, okay. For example, if you have completed master's degree in Hindi or master's degree in English, okay, you should have compulsory elective as if not a major subject, at least you should have a compulsory elective in Hindi or English and so on, okay. So you have some set of conditions, okay. And here if you see, paper 1 is computer based examination, like typical reasoning, general awareness and all that, but paper 2 will be the translation test, okay. So translation test, so that will be the paper 2, okay. So in August this exam would be notified. 22nd of August it will be notified, and last day to register would be 12th of September, okay. So this is in August, and exam date October or November 2023, okay. Now other than this, if you see what is there in the annual calendar is the departmental examination, which is not relevant actually to us, okay. So this is for the employees who are already working in the government, okay. So it is for them. So the other exams are actually not relevant, okay. Now after this they'll be updating, okay, they'll be updating. So this is the schedule and some general instruction, okay. So usually if you see, first you have to create a one time registration wherein you have to give in your basic information and all that, okay. And the exam fee, usually if you see for these exams, it is 100 rupees, but there is an exemption for women candidates and candidates belonging to scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. And for all these examinations, if you see whatever be it the reservation or the relaxation in the upper age limit, whatever is the central government norms, okay, they follow that. For example, for OBC in the upper age limit there is a 3-year relaxation. For the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe candidates there is a 5-year relaxation and all that, okay, in all these examinations. So they follow the rules. Similarly, for as I said, for payment of fee for women candidates and candidates belonging to scheduled caste and scheduled tribe and persons with disability and all that, there is no fee, okay. Otherwise you have to pay 100 rupees. And so typically if you go for the one-time registration, they ask you whether if you have an Aadhaar, then you have to in case you have it, okay, you have to add and verify, and then you have to add one more ID. You have to give your name, you have to verify it, okay, your father's name, your mother's name, your date of birth, okay. So matriculation, education board, roll number, you have to verify that, and then year of passing, gender, okay. Basic information you have to give it very carefully, your email ID, your working email ID, working mobile number and all that, and then your permanent address and all this information you have to fill in, your nationality, identification mark, okay. So which category you belong to. Now as far as this initial registration is concerned, you'll be able to modify it only a few times, okay. You cannot change it too many times. So you do this part very carefully, and then you should give your address and all that, okay, including pin code, okay. So you fill up the one-time registration. After that, whenever you go for a new examinations, okay, so whether MTS or CHSL or CGL, whatever exam, selection post and all that, okay. So every time when you go for a specific examination, you have to apply for that specific examination, okay, with your latest photograph and all that, okay. So this is about the registration process, okay. And whichever stage is, okay, whether it's tier 1 or tier 2 or any skill test you are going, or document verification, wherever you are going, you have to have your hall ticket, that is your admission certificate, and like any government issued like a photo ID card, and like latest like photograph and all that like you should carry. And for document verification, you should be carrying the original documents and all that. And at every stage you should be carrying photographs, original photo ID, and then the hall ticket. Okay, this is the general instruction, right? So with this I come to the end of this video. If you have any queries, you can ask your questions in the comment section below, or you can reach me through my Insta handle. And I hope this information was useful to you. If you like this video, please click on the like button and share it with your friends who may need it. And if you have not already subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe. Thanks for watching the video. Have a great day.